Hello, everyone. Hello, Dr. Rob.
Hello. Did you get a good rest, Shiva?
Yes, I did. It sounds like you have chickens there too.
I guess so. I don't know where they are, but yeah, I can definitely hear something out there. How is your meditation going lately, Shiva?
It's going good. I see you've been watching Sadhguru. Are you watching the engineering?
No, I just don't. I haven't had time for that.
Hmm. How was your day? What did you do today?
I don't know. I started live streaming after I got up. So I don't know what time. I took a nap during the day, and I woke up. I'm not sure what time, but then I started live streaming. So
Watch this, Sarah.
still thinking about getting a second monitor. I tried to use my tablet, but it's not working now. But when I'm, you know, doing all the stuff, just this 17-inch screen doesn't quite doesn't cut it.
What? I mean,
But I do these live streams until I'm basically totally exhausted.
hmm.
So I'm not really able to do anything else besides this and taking a rest, practicing the Buddhism and the meditation. So
No problem, Sarah. Thank you.
I talked with Jason. He's gonna go meet Seattle. Seattle is in the area, about an hour drive from him, during this traveling retreat in America. So Jason's gonna go and meet him and talk with my dad. That was really good, really heart opening talk with my dad.
Hmm. Are you close with your parents?
Yeah.
So what is
I
today's topic?
watched I watched Treasure Planet with Hung.
What is that?
It's like a Disney movie. It's a very famous Disney movie.
Hmm.
It's really good. No, I'm not a practicing monk anymore.
5 a.m. It's 5 a.m. where I am. Hello? No.
Watched this. I watched that anime Baki Do, the new season of Baki. It was really great.
Hmm. I've been watching more movies.
Yeah, Studio Ghibli is great. I think I've watched most of the big ones. There's probably some I haven't seen. The purpose of this broadcast is to help people connect with Buddhism and meditation. Read from the. Have you ever read the Tibetan Book of the Dead? There's a lot of good stuff in there. A lot of deep teachings in there.
Hmm. So my friend, Matt Guy, a YouTube subscriber, is going to India in the
Wow.
States.
Are you gonna do vlogs with these guys or live stream with them?
Well,
Wow. How do you know that if they're actually going or if they're just pulling your leg?
I don't know.
But you got to prepare for that, right? For working with them.
Yeah.
911, this call is being recorded.
Hmm. So what else?
Had a big live stream last night. We got 10K. Massive live stream.
With a broken porch. No, but I have many stickers. One sticker. Yeah, we gotta check out the stickers. Oh, thank you very much for your donation, Michael D. Greger. Shiva, I just want to say I've been watching you for a couple of weeks now, and I truly enjoy your content. Last night was crazy. 1,600 viewers. Hashtag Team Shiva. Thank you very much, Michael. I highly appreciate it. Very kind of you. And my intention, my desire with these live streams is to, first and foremost, number one, above all, is to bring spirituality into people's lives. But spiritual teachings tend to be boring and dry and not really interesting. There has to be some kind of entertainment or fun value. I like to have fun, it's not fabricated. But I want to have fun as well. If I can have fun in my life, live stream, and help people to become more spiritual, my work is done.
Yeah, and I've been doing a little bit of reflecting. You know, it was partly listening to my dad sharing with me and talking with me about some stuff, but um, I just see there's more of a need for me to listen more and to be informed by the people who are watching and their experience and their perspective, and just seeing the difficulty in getting worked up and yelling with people. I mean, it definitely can help with some views, but it's, overall, I think it's not a good thing. So
Hmm. What did your dad talk about?
talked about life, my my life here in Vietnam and his life in America, his job, his bills, what's going on with him.
Hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Parents are a wonderful thing.
Had a very good meditation on the live stream, listening to Thich Nhat Hanh, just
Hmm.
being with the painful feelings, and not resisting but embracing, and the whole no mud, no lotus, no suffering, no real happiness.
Hmm.
So that's always I always take that as like a good sign that I'm not completely off my rocker in terms of what I'm doing.
Hmm. Well, I'm in I'm in Vietnam, in Asia. The weather is warm, and there is really no winter here.
Buddhism seems to me the most realistic way of letting go of what other people think. And that's always given me a big headache, like thinking about what other people think. I remember I used to, like in high school and stuff, my brain would automatically like imagine questions that people would ask me, like questions that my mom would ask me or that my friends would ask me, and then like I'd automatically answer that. So I don't do that anymore.
Hmm. Yeah, our mind does various things. I've had patterns of my mind doing various strange things in high school as well, and thankfully I've gotten out of that. Hello, Krish. If you wouldn't mind changing the audio filter so that it's your voice only. I'll do the same.
No, I get some insight that it doesn't, if I'm putting myself out there to be in front of all these people and to deal with all these people, it doesn't make any sense that I'm yelling at them and complaining about who they are because I don't have to be there. So if I don't want to be there, then I should just not be there.
You mean mentally not be there?
No, literally not be there.
Yeah. Like not do the live streams anymore, you mean?
Well, if it gets to that kind of experience where I'm not really interested to be dealing with the people that I'm dealing with, then just stop dealing with them. And I've kind of been like trying to force other people to think that way, but that's ridiculous if I'm not even practicing that. So,
Hmm. Yeah. But you can't control who's here or what they
yeah, but
say.
I can control if I'm here or not.
Sure. But this is not an intelligent way of going through life.
What do you
People are
mean?
gonna people are gonna respond to you in a favorable way, in a neutral way, and then a negative way.
Yeah,
And that's always the case, no matter where you go, what you do.
yeah.
So you might as well just accept that instead of thinking you're gonna remove
Move
yourself
yourself.
instead of removing yourself from the situation because you want to avoid the negative aspect.
Well, it's not about avoidance, right? So I live here with my wife. I don't find people on the street to live with. And I have boundaries. I have my life. So if something's not conducive for me, then I'll go to a different place or I'll do something else.
Mhm.
I mean, that's really important to have that kind of thinking, right?
Yeah.
It's not really about the other people, it's just about me. If I don't like the food, I'm not going to eat there.
Mm. Mm. Yeah. Sadhguru gets the most hate. One of the worst thing that's happened was he got poisoned. Uh, he said he got tantric poisoning, which he didn't really go into that anymore, but I assume that means he was cursed by some occultists in India. So that's something.
I want to try to play a game, like a story game, like a solo game, and just play through it from beginning to end on live stream.
Hmm. Games. So I'm thinking what my plans are for the future, what I'm going to do. And chances are good that I'll stay in India until summertime because no point in me going back to Canada.
Wow. Yeah, Jason seems pretty he seems pretty dead set from what I can tell. I mean, I think he's going to do his own thing for a little bit, but I could definitely see us getting a big house in Dalat, and I mean, we could definitely open it up for other people from the stream to come in and stay with us. But I think that that should be something that all of us talk about in terms of approving anyone who comes. Um,
Yeah.
and I don't think it would be very expensive.
Let me check out where Dalat is.
It's in the mountains. It's like the mountainous area of Vietnam.
Dalat. I think that's okay, Dalat. It is kind of South Vietnam. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I definitely I'm interested in that.
It's a lot nicer than Da Nang.
Hmm.
A lot more fresh air. But it's known for cloud watching.
Hmm. Dalat, Vietnam. Elevation. Oh, it's
I even
15.
I wanna look at a place, see what, like, I don't have the phone free, but I wanna check, like, Airbnb and see what kind of places are available. I would think, like, if we could do, like, 300 a month, each of us, so, like, a budget of $1,000 a month for a place, we have plenty of space. And then people who wanna come, they could also pitch in if they wanted to come and stay. Yeah, big lake.
Hmm. Yeah, thank you, Seraph. And yes, this is just the beginning. I do want to build a content house and be around spiritual YouTube creators or content creators. This is what I want to revolve my life around, and spirituality is needed. So I'm not so interested in spending time just to go to the gym and hang out and drink beer. I'd much rather just do my own thing. But if we're actually focusing on creating something and building something and getting people engaged, that is something that I can definitely wrap my mind around.
Yeah, I don't know who's out there, but me, you, and Jason, I would be comfortable with that, but have to see, if everybody can agree on somebody coming to stay and participating or not.
Well, we'll have to do some interviews. Thank you, Seraph. So we got some new emojis. One emoji I made was of Seraph Null. And anybody that has YouTube membership here with my channel, you can send it along with other emojis. A lot of them are with Dr. Rob. Yeah. So what is a long-term vision? Because I don't have a long-term vision. I don't. This seems like it's a good thing to do to create some kind of house or to stay with people that are like-minded and live stream, share spirituality. But apart from that, it's just concepts, nothing really tangible.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking to buy property here in Vietnam. I still have to figure out visa situation and things like that. But long-term plan, I'd like to have a property that was a meditation center or communally owned space for people who are like-minded and wanted to spend time together and practice together. I've lived in a lot of those places, so I know how beneficial it can be.
Yesterday, you told Jason that you think Vietnam in the next 10, 15 years is going to be a huge investment, a big boom is going to come. I definitely think that's true. I see that happening. So investing in Vietnam, in land, in a house, or in anything, any kind of property or business, will probably show great returns. Vietnam is growing fast. The foundation has been laid, and now Westerners are coming because it's a opportune place. So it's just in the beginning. It is 5:56 a.m., 6 a.m. So this is why. Why are you smiling?
Just somebody's comment and their username.
Hmm. But yeah, I'm not sure Vietnam is where I'll be staying long term or living, for that matter. Uh, I do feel a very strong urge to go to Costa Rica and see what that place is like. I think if any place is going to be my home, it's going to be that.
Well, it's difficult to get people on board. I mean, it's difficult to make people want to invest in someone in particular. Not easy to do that. Then you might get someone who wants to invest a lot in you and help you build a space, but maybe they have a big ego or it doesn't really, it doesn't really work out. So it's not just about the money in that way. Australia is cool. I like the time that I spent in Australia. Uh, my wife is Vietnamese, so we're looking at buying property here. But I'm not against spending time in Australia again. I'd like to publish a book in Australia. Well, I guess you don't really publish books in particular countries anymore. You publish it online or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's something that Jason has been trying to do for a long time is like write a book about his experiences with my teacher, Seattle. So he might be able to help me with that. And definitely to help me with getting into shape and going to the gym and working out.
He said a lot of that is diet. So if you just change your diet, it'll take care of itself. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Well, my wife mainly cooks, so you'd have to talk with her.
It's not your
I don't usually cook. But I do order cheeseburgers sometimes, and I can't excuse that. And she gets on me for doing that because cheeseburgers in Vietnam are pretty expensive.
Yeah.
We're both blue today, Shiva.
You got a bluish shirt.
Yeah. So actually, I feel a little bit of a change in my perspective in terms of how I'm receiving and digesting people's comments and stuff.
Hmm.
Not saying I won't go back to yelling at people because I'm sure I probably will, but I definitely feel a little bit of that. And East versus West 23 is coming up in like 2 or 3 weeks. So it's good. That'll be like a massive, like the biggest right arm match of the year. So I'm really looking forward to that. That's going to be amazing. Uh, and you might want to watch it too because it's Russia versus Canada.
Hmm.
It's Devin versus Vitaly.
Okay. Yeah.
This practice is mostly concerned with the mind. I'm not saying about the life
His
of
body.
living being. I'm just trying to solve the problems of the mind of living beings.
My proximity.
Mm, yeah.
I have Devin WhatsApp's number. Wow.
Detachment from
I'll try to call Devin and look.
of the mind is the cause of understanding about non-self more and more clearly. I can detach from the life of a layperson or a businessman. Besides, I can detach from the life of monks and nuns. Although I am still a monk, because of detachment, I don't need to worry for my life of a monk. I don't need to worry for the other monks and nuns also. I can detach from the life of a meditation master. And that's why I don't need to worry my life of a meditation master.
Welcome,
I don't need to
Alex.
worry for the other meditation master also.
New member, it's me, Alex.
This is the power of detachment. If we worry, we are not safe. If we don't worry, or if we can detach from our worry, fear, doubt, we are safe.
Yeah, proximity. I'm downloading the new
We may not be safe because of our past karma, but we are safe because of our present right understanding and practice.
is it Death Stranding?
Present right understanding and practice can endure even if we are not safe now.
I want to show you something. I want to show the viewer something also. Something interesting.
Okay.
This is it. I bought this yesterday at a grocery store. Now, usually when I buy these things, they're
No one is
dried, but
allowed.
peanuts.
No one
These
is
are raw.
getting success.
The best snack.
So no one is not getting success. They are only cause and effect
That's
of selfless environment
wow.
and nature. This right understanding is really all the problems
Huh?
concerned with the mind.
That
It's not common in Vietnam to do shisha or hookah, but there are some shops. Um, they have a
Using your life, especially for yourself, for your family, for your organization, this is because of attachment on self. If you can detach from your ego or self, you can work for all. Your life will be useful for everyone and all organization.
they have a smoking culture with like bongs, like tobacco bongs.
So our own ego or attachment is
there are so many billiard shops here.
Yeah, they love billiard and cigarettes. Definitely have a strong tobacco culture and coffee.
real enemies of getting enlightenment and limitless success.
I took a nap uh yesterday in the afternoon, but I haven't taken a nap since today or since the last time I napped. But the nap I had wasn't very good. I think I was because my wife is always worried about me with putting like so much energy out there and not sleeping very much, and of course acting insane and yelling and getting angry and agitated. Um, so yeah, I was just like trying to force myself to sleep, so I didn't have a very good deep rest. But also caffeine and nicotine, um, I think is can interfere with rest. But it's more about mind, I think. Like Thich Nhat Hanh, he they would say he only drank tea, that he didn't even drink water, like he would only drink tea. So I don't think that caffeine or nicotine of themselves are problems, but it's how you use them. And when I get really agitated and yelling at people and arguing with people, um, that's not good for me. It's not good for my health. It's not good for my mind. So it's just like Sierra was saying, I'm too attached to working for my organization and the people that are a part of my group, and I'm not working for everybody. And then I'm yelling, you know, yelling at people and acting insane. So probably not the right way to go about it. If I want to act like insane and not yell at people and sing rap songs and play Barney songs, that's maybe I'm not against that necessarily, just being really crazy in that way. Um, but yeah, the arguing with energies and people and stuff is not good.
Hmm. Seraph Noel sends a super chat saying the next donation he'll double. We got to get some large donations. Seraph is yeah, guy.
And about the weed thing, I I respect the weed thing. I If I could be like the process of me becoming a stoner again would be horrible because it'd make me very psychotic and my mind very unstable. But like once I'm like stoned out and in the clouds all the time, I mean that's a very enjoyable way to live.
I heard Sadhguru say yesterday that some people are concerned about their own well-being. A little bit more than that, they're concerned about their family. A little bit above that, they're concerned about their neighborhood and community. A little bit more concerned about that, they're concerned about human beings. And then farther away from that, they're concerned with all life on planet Earth. That's how we should be. That's how I want to be. Concerned with all life, not just myself or Dr. Rob's, your life, the people that I don't know, and animal, plant life, all life. That's the way we grow as human beings.
I was thinking about getting some ayahuasca, but probably not a good idea. Especially because I see that as like, okay, now I'm gonna take a medicine that's gonna help me do my spiritual practice more deeply. But if I'm already not being more deep in my spiritual practice where I'm berating you, Shiva, and just berating random people that I don't even know, um, that's not that doesn't really make any sense. And the legality of it in Vietnam is not very clear. So
That is so true. Seraph says, write a list of the last 5 things you thought about in the last 5 minutes. You'll see most are about yourself. That is fact. And uh, hmm,
and I am gonna go into the YouTube studio and I'm gonna unblock everybody that I've blocked in recent days. Let's see how many people I've blocked in like the last week because I did this a week ago as well. So can Rob ever stop blocking people? That's a good question. Okay, let's see. Uh okay, so in the last week or so I've blocked almost 300 people.
oh my God, that's a lot of finger work. That takes real effort.
So I apologize to everybody that I've blocked. I did that out of my own attachment and my own ego. My apologies. I think that the possibility is not really strong for doing an AI analysis on the blocks. Um, I'm gonna just check again, make sure everybody's unblocked.
Right.
Yeah, and they're unblocked. So there you go. So no, I had a little bit of an experience today with having a long talk with my dad, which we talk every now and again, but we haven't had a long talk for a while. And then just having a good meditation, listening to Thich Nhat Hanh, listening to like him giving the Dharma talks in English.
I was thinking about you, thinking about what I'm going to say to you in the next live stream and how I'm going to give it to you, all the bad things you've been doing, and
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people that think about that probably, and rightfully so.
but now that's all deflated. So
And I'm not necessarily ashamed about acting like that because I can learn from it.
I think the people want to know if you're ever going to go back to the face paint and act crazy.
I'm not against doing the face paint and acting crazy. It's just like me trying to target people or target energies and telling Americans that they're trailer trash and things like that is not good, and blasphemy and talking about Jesus and stuff. I don't want that stuff to be out there. I don't want to be doing that. That's not cool. So
No. Well, these are the way to go, man. They're the best snack. They're raw. If you eat it, you're not going to be tired or sleepy like you would with the salted peanuts cooked. I mean, I just feel alive. They're tasty. Full of water.
and I basically want to fully remove the donation stuff from the channel and from my way of interacting with people.
Not accept donations.
Sometimes, Missy, my grandma was watching some of my live streams, and she was concerned for my mental health, and then my dad told her that I was just doing it for views, and so that's one of the things we talked about when we called.
Oh,
I do. I'm supposed to be so detached and so mindful, and yet I get so worked up about people calling me a fake monk or that I'm a fraud and stuff like that. So that's really not what I'm supposed to be representing. And also, I do think that there's a great point of revering Dharma teachers and Dharma masters, but me holding this standard towards other people about them not being like my definition of spiritually experienced is just ego. And I don't want to exclude people who connect with this and would like to be here and give me give me their word and give me their peace. That's their right. If I'm here and I'm publicly accessible and the comments are on, then that's their right to give me a piece of their mind. And if I react to that by going crazy and insulting them, then that's my problem.
thank you, Val Venturo. They're giving you some trailer trash money. They're giving it to me. It's my channel. But I'll pass it up to Dr. Rob at some point by buying him a nice grilled cheese sandwich, a vegan one.
Or-
And Stay Tuned says, ask Rob why he blocked me for asking about Zen questions, man.
I've unblocked everybody, but I don't know. Just ego, just me being defensive. I don't know. And this is a cool thing. And I guess it's my hunger for fame or views or people being triggered that makes them reactive, that doesn't value like the small number of viewers or the people that are here. So it's no wonder more people don't reach out to me or connect with me because my mind is in me being famous or having a bunch of viewers and reaching people rather than actually being with the people that are here already. Whoever they are, they're here. So
Thank you, Val.
that's my sangha.
Mm. What do you think led to this state of self-reflection?
Like I said, just talking with my dad and doing the meditation this morning, listening to the Dharma talks. No, it's any kind of justification or way that I explain, like me acting rudely to people or something, it doesn't change the fact that that brings my ego into a negative place and then I have to deal with that. So it doesn't matter how I justify that or explain that to people. Um, it fucks with my head. It makes me suffer. It makes me dizzy with ego and negativity. Missy, thank you, Missy.
It's funny.
Missy said, I think we all react to ego with ego. We need to remind ourselves to attack ego with compassion. Thank you, Missy. That's super insightful.
And Seraph says that I need to be the villain now. You becoming the nice guy, there has to be some kind of scapegoat. I don't think I can be that. I think Dr. Up has plenty of villain still in him.
Well, I guess we'll see. And I'm sure, and I'm also thinking that, if I'm tomorrow going to be yelling at people again, but really it's not good for my mind. It doesn't make me able to be healthy. So that's not what I want.
Hmm.
Honey Milk Tea said, have you thought about taking media platforms out of your life for a while until you form a healthy habit / connection with it? I think that being here helps me form a healthy connection with it, but it's like a long-term process. And I love this. I think that this is so cool. And I spit on it and I disrespect people and I act so negative towards people that I don't understand and that I don't know and that I don't give the time to listen to their experience. If I do want to target them or focus on them, then it should be me listening to their experience if they want to share, not me trying to tell them why they're wrong or whatever.
Hmm.
Stay tuned says, how can I get Zen? Don't try to get anything and you'll get Zen. Dippity Dog says, you should ignore the trolls. They too dumb to understand and blind to see and count on your reaction. I don't actually believe that. And I think if anybody's a troll here, it's me. In terms of like activity of trolling, I don't think there's anybody who's given more energy to trolling here, whatever that might mean, than me. So I don't know how I would put them in like this negative position. They have their mind. They're saying their piece. They have a right to say that if I'm here. So if I don't feel that I can engage with that, then I can just ignore it and I can't ignore it because they're here. So just be with it with compassion or give me a reminder to detach rather than to be aggressive and try to fight.
Hmm. When you say this is so cool, you're talking about live streaming YouTube?
What's that?
When you say that this is so cool, are you talking about live streaming and YouTube, this platform?
Just a bunch of people gathering around together and listening and sharing and creating a space together.
Hmm.
And if I can't ignore it, how am I going to teach other people to ignore it? And like you said, Shiva, you can't just run away from everything or try to block everything. What's there is there. You have to deal with it skillfully.
Yeah.
People have all kinds of different minds, so me trying to put people into a box of my mind is just ludicrous. It's just nonsense. It's just fake.
Hmm. What does your dad think about the whole internet personality persona?
I don't know. You'd have to ask him, but he understands it as far as he understands it. He understands about like trying to get views. And I talked to them. I said, if I'm just sitting here teaching meditation, nobody's going to really be interested in that. But, or not as many people will be interested in that. But there's other ways to go about creating a space that people are interested in instead of berating people and saying horrible things about Christianity and Americans and stuff.
Yeah.
Seraph says, it's beautiful how you talked with Shiva yesterday about the effect of lack of father figure, and your call today with your father has this big effect on you.
Mm. I can't really have that kind of a talk with my father. He's not there in that way. I think I asked him like a deep question once, and he almost thought I was crazy, or he was wondering why I asked, why I made him think. So I can't really talk to him in that way.
I would say identity is a crisis. So as much as I cling on to as much as anybody clings on to an identity, they're in crisis from a Zen perspective.
Mm. But I appreciate you meditating on stream. I think that's a good way of doing it.
Yeah.
Maybe
I
something
think
more.
if you create the space, then people can feel your meditation.
Mm.
Prem Seva says, from where you are now, what's your thoughts on community and relational interactions? Isn't the community supposed to be personal, relational to some degree? Yeah, to some degree, but it depends what kind of, I mean, that's what community is about. But a dharmic community is more about being in relationship with awareness, the community of awareness, and the teachings on awareness. Because if it's just like people who are spiritual being in relationships with each other, then you've basically got a hippie commune. And that's like brain rot. That's like the worst version of brain rot in terms of what a spiritual community looks like in my mind.
Hmm. Thinking about Anna.
Prem Seva says, so do you meet the viewers here through parasocial relationships, which eventually lead to Sangha? Yeah, I guess you could say that. Looks like Turbo Bhagavan might be going through something. Turbo Bhagavan says, focus on being unaware and observe the myth of eternal awareness. So, yeah. Well, if anybody wants to listen to Turbo Bhagavan, there he is. Um, the talk that I would give about Zen would be more relative. Absolutely, you can't talk about Zen. Nobody can talk about Zen. But I would speak of Zen in terms of Chan, and the living lineages are not mainly Zen, but Chan, Son, Tien, and Dzogchen, and also Deep Theravada. I would consider my teacher from Myanmar to be a Zen teacher. Much as anybody can be a Zen teacher, it's a little bit oxymoronic.
in the life of mindfulness.
Không còn những ước vọng, mong muốn cho chính bản thân mình.
Prem Seva says, I took a step back from the community. I was worried I was going in a wrong direction since the mind was creating a parasocial dynamic. So does it mean that the parasocial slash interpersonal stuff contributed to me being a part of a community? Sure, that's always how it goes. That's how it starts. Then hopefully you become an Arya, you become a stream enterer, or you refocus the energy from the interpersonal or the ego relationship into generosity, into practicing meditation, etc., volunteering, study, practice.
I want to volunteer in Isha Yoga Center.
Yeah.
I don't have enough good karma to go in there. So I need to work for it.
Maybe you should think about seeing if you can do anything about it. Writing a letter or reaching out, or I don't think that you necessarily can with Isha, but you might want to think about something like that.
Yeah, I'll take steps towards that direction.
Do I have chi and am I in Zen? I don't really use that term chi, but uh, I don't think someone can have anything. I don't think that anything can be owned, let alone someone. And am I in Zen? No, there's no you or me in Zen. Right? It's like dhyana is an absence of self reification, which is the root word that created Zen. So it's absorption into not reifying self in terms of dhyana, samadhi. And that's part of the insight that I got today was just how essential samatha is for vipassana, because you can't practice vipassana deeply without samatha, without samadhi, because you just can't. It's too painful. It's too intense.
Why don't you go to another 10-day Vipassana course? That'll
My
be
life,
worth it.
my life is like a 10-day vipassana course, and I'm trying to get a visa. Um, I'm working on, I have things to do, so I'm a little bit busy with the practicalities of living in Vietnam and teaching. So, but I asked my teacher the same thing, because you see, he's very skinny. He's oftentimes seems to be very sick. Um, and ask him that, and he says he's just, his life is vipassana.
His life may be Vipassana, this monk, an ascetic,
Yeah,
but you definitely need to go at some point.
yeah,
Again,
yeah.
it's not the
But I mean,
same.
you went to his vipassana course and you just live streamed and didn't really participate in it. So
Well, I went to the actual Vipassana with 10-day Ascent Goenka. There's no phone, there's no anything. It's not the same. It's a little bit different.
I think Jesus is great. Can I be your spiritual teacher and talk to be about Zen, please? No. Uh, I'm not a monk.
Hmm. Well,
But it's much better. You should get much better results by working with a teacher directly. Anybody out there? So if you can manage that, and working with a teacher means working with somebody who's worked with teachers, not about me, and working directly, working intimately. That's most important in getting like direct, deep help. Could be a fake teacher, or could be a teacher that you don't really align with, but you still get a lot of value from working intimately with people that have, been on the path, even if you're just learning how wrong they are or how confused they are or their faults.
hmm. Well, Matt guy is gonna be in India with me, and not to say that I'm a teacher, but we're gonna go to lots of energized, consecrated spaces, and we're gonna see the results that gets him live on camera, on stream, and also on recording.
Yeah, that'll be really interesting. I'm looking forward to that.
Hmm.
Tips on getting back into a consistent meditation routine. be a part of a sangha. Nothing helps more in being consistent with meditation than being a part of a sangha, being a part of a community of practice, even if it's just one other person that's practicing. How to run? Um, well, it's going to be difficult to run if you release all your energy through, other, different ways. So,
Not India, Pakistan and Afghanistan are at war with each other. They declared war a few days ago. So conflicts on the planet are intensifying, it seems like.
how did I become a Buddhist? By suffering a lot and wanting that suffering to end. Less suffering, more peace.
Let's talk about animals and animal abuse.
Let's talk about child abuse.
Okay.
So my philosophy is pretty clear with this, right? With all of the isms. So it's basically going to like a patriarchal society. So in a patriarchal society, the people who have the most importance and value are men of that tribe, right? So two men of a different tribe maybe respect and fear each other, but they're not equal to each other, right? They're separate. They're kind of at war. So once you get rid of tribalism, then basically tribal leaders or men respect and honor each other. Everybody else is under that. Then you go into racism. So it's not different tribes of people per se, but different skin colors, right? So they were separated, and then we say, okay, they come together, and we have to respect each other. We're all men, right? Then it comes to women. So they had to go through feminism, etc. And so what this all goes back to is the basis of the society, right? So for example, if we had somehow had a society that was uh, matriarchal, then you'd have to go through not feminism, but maleism, right? From the leaders, from the people who are most important or the people who are in charge. So it relates to basically the leaders of the society and their relationship with the different aspects that are clearly seen to be equal in terms of that leader. So going from feminism, the next step is childism. It's not speciesism. So if you're not informed about and like working on internalized childism, working on internalized speciesism is going to be basically impossible. It's basically putting the chicken before the egg in practicality. And this is the really important thing to remember, with which the conservatives bring up in their own ways, is that when it becomes a personality thing, like it's my personality that I'm a feminist, or it's my personality that I'm like not a racist, it's kind of a dead end road. It's just people agreeing with each other. So
Yeah,
the isms are more about activism and movements, not
but
so much like the values of that.
but I don't abuse children, and I don't contribute to child abuse. And neither do I abuse animals or contribute to animal abuse, which you
Well,
can't
it's not about
pinpoint.
you, right? So childism isn't about you. It's actually the opposite of being about you. So
Sure,
that's the
same with
problem with
veganism.
internalized white supremacy, internalized sexism, internalized childism, etc. So like my vision for you, in you like talking about how women lose their sexual purity by having sex with men, and your reactionaryism when it comes to like black art, right, is deep internalized white supremacy and deep internalized sexism. And so now, like, saying, okay, well, I'm going to disregard all that and just talk about how you're a vegan. It's really like work that hasn't been done internally for you that you're just trying to kind of avoid. And I see a lot of deep avoidance in you. Even we had like a long conversation one time with the AI where it was pointing out this, like, it kept saying that word to you, like avoidance. So that would be my and turning it into like a interpersonal like one-upmanship about being vegan is really disrespectful to animals and the cause and any work of addressing institutionalized discrimination and prejudice. So it's super gross, 100%.
But you
And
paid
you
for
are
it.
a super gross guy, 100%. Like you're like a very gross guy in a lot of ways. I would from where I sit.
You know what's gross? Paying for animals to die and eating them. So just don't do it. I don't know why you went on this whole circular tangent. I'm just saying that on the spiritual path, you want to avoid abusing animals. You want to avoid wrongdoing. Fifth, okay. Yeah, looks like I got to him. Krish, let me know if you want to be a part of the live stream. I can invite you. He rage quit, yeah. His wife said something to him. Maybe like you're getting into a topic that you can't win, you're gonna lose. So just hang up. And he hung up. All right, I'm gonna invite Krish to the show here. I'll send you the link on Discord, Krish. You just click and join, and we'll talk. Now, hello, welcome. Going to have my friend join, someone that's been watching. Can you still hear me? Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, good. So, someone that's been watching us for a while, someone that I know personally. Well, not personally in terms of never met him in person, but as good as it gets. And a moderator on my channel, someone that's someone that's been watching the YouTube videos. And we'll see what he has to say. So, Krish, there's no need to do any big preparation. Just join from your phone. That's it. That's all it takes. And we'll talk. We are not brothers. We are not brothers. Shadow, I'll take you up on that. Absolutely. So there's lots of people that I've met that are from Canada, and I will meet them. Friends, stay tuned. This is going to be interesting. Exciting. Dr. Rob couldn't handle it. He rage quit. Rage quit is, at least he could say, "Oh, I have to go eat, or I have to go to the shopping mall." No, he just doesn't even say anything. He just leaves. So that's very very not pleasant. It's not pleasant at all. But he's still live streaming on his channel. That's very weird. Very, very weird.
I don't like that. I work.
I don't think, Sarah, if that's, I don't think something, something shady going on. Anyways, he's very attached to eating animals. A lot of people are, but he can't handle it, and he has to leave. Yeah. Wow. He turned off the comments. Okay, that is curious. Okay, we got Chris joining. Let's invite him in.
Yeah, I can hear.
So, you've been watching us for some time. You've been watching Dr. Rob and me talk and have fun and go crazy. What are your thoughts? What are your initial thoughts about Dr. Rob and this whole?
I think Dr. Rob is a very interesting character. I mean, he has been a monk for so long and still like rages and still is very mad often. And I think like often he like overcomplicates topics like veganism. You asked him about veganism and he's like overcomplicating the topic a lot. And I think he can't really handle truth sometimes if he's like really responding to something like in a very emotional way. He can't really handle the truth.
So this is the value of having a second perspective and different set of eyes on a topic. I couldn't have said it better. That's exactly what I was thinking, but no words were coming to it. He overcomplicates it.
Yeah.
And you know, it's fine. We're not all perfect. We're not blaming him for it. We all have our own insecurities and shadows and feelings and traumas. But it's important to point it out. So absolutely he does that. And other thing you said is that he gets emotional when he's wrong. I mean, that's kind of standard as well. So when did you first start to see Dr. Robin? What were your first impressions of him?
I think I saw him like a couple of months ago. I think when you were in Bali together. Probably then. And at first I thought he was a really like interesting guy. He was like really relaxed. And especially when he was with you in person, it wasn't like he wasn't like now when he's like just speaking to you over the live stream. Like when he's speaking to you over the live stream now, he's like acting a lot differently. Like even when he was with you in person, when you were at his house in Vietnam, it was like he was still like kind of like crazy, but it's still like in a positive way. But now that he's talking to you over the live stream, it's like very different, definitely. So yeah. But my first impressions were like he's a very interesting character, and maybe also very suitable to like your energy and also receptive to it, I guess. Yeah.
So Sarah wants to know what your story is and where you're from.
So I'm from Germany. I'm 18 years old, and I discovered Shiva like now almost 2 years ago. And I thought like it's very like we have like very similar paths. Like for example, you also follow Sadhguru. Of course, you come like from a Buddhist tradition, more like from a Buddhist tradition, but also follow Sadhguru because they're like very similar truths. And I could very much relate to you and your whole energy and everything you said also. And I think so that's why I started following you like 2 years ago from like a video called Sadhguru Rejected Me. And so that's basically my story, and now I'm just following you and staying active with you on the server and also on your YouTube live streams and everything.
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you very much for that. Thank you for inviting me. And yeah, I'm grateful for you being here, Christian. You're one of the strong community members here, and I admire you, respect you, and that you're here. Very thankful that you're here, part of my community. So you're a very special being. I want to know if you think that me doing these live streams with Dr. Rob is a net positive or net negative. You think it's a good thing?
I think it is a good thing, but I think it really depends. Of course, when like Rob is intoxicating his mind and like smoking and also drinking, I think he's like in a completely different way. For example, how now, like when I watched the live stream, he was like very self-reflective and very like because he shared how he talked to his dad and everything. And I thought that was very positive. I thought that was really a very positive change in him because I never saw him in that way. So yeah, but I think it really depends. Like sometimes it is positive, but I feel like maybe you try to change him, but you like can't really change him like intrinsically. Like he has to be open for change himself. So he has to like work on himself definitely, and you can maybe inspire that like that positive inspiration or something, or be a positive inspiration. But he really has to work on himself. But I really can't say if it's really positive or negative. I feel like it's just also great content, just seeing you two. But yeah, I think it could also be positive for you both. It really depends how you like see the situation, like with what mindset you see the situation.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what advice would you give him? What do you think he needs to do to get better?
Um, I think it's difficult to say because I don't know that like the complete context of his situation and how he got in this situation, living there in Vietnam and everything. So it's difficult to say, but I feel like my advice would be the same that you also gave him, like maybe participate in like Vipassana course or something. Or because he said like my life is Vipassana, but if you watch his live streams, it doesn't really feel that way always. Like if he's responding to certain specific comments and gets extremely mad about them, even though he doesn't have to really react to these comments. I feel like it's not like really a vipassana or a meditative state or something. So my advice would be maybe doing that, especially because he is from that tradition. And otherwise, I don't really know. Maybe meditate daily. I think he already does that. He did that as a monk, and he did it for so long. So I don't really know if that advice is really like positive because he meditated for 8 years straight. But yeah, I feel like just self-reflecting more. I feel like that would be pretty good advice. Having this talk with his dad seemed like a very positive thing for him, and just having more self-reflection in general, I think that would be very positive for him.
Yeah, absolutely. So, tell us about Sadhguru. We see a picture of him behind you. Did you find him? What do you think about it?
I feel like, of course, Sadhguru is, I would say he is my master, because when I first saw him, it was like a very natural, it felt like a very natural connection to him. And Sadhguru, I feel like his meditative processes and everything he offered worked great for me. I mean, everybody can see for themselves if the meditative processes and everything, if that everything works for you. Like, for example, Miracle of Mind is a very simple thing you can do. And if you just do it, you can try it out for yourself. And I started with Isha Kriya first and some Upper Yoga, I guess. And then also did like, of course, the Shambhavi initiation. And it's Sadhguru is really like valuable for me, and I have like a very deep connection because all the things he offered really transformed my life in a like really huge way. And then me going to the Isha Yoga really also hastened and intensified the process. So Sadhguru is like probably the most valuable person for me in my life right now. of course, everybody is valuable for me, but I mean, Sadhguru really offered me so much with all his teachings and everything. So he's extremely important right now in my life. And I experienced a lot of transformation that otherwise would be very difficult for me to achieve by myself.
Okay, Grish, thank you for joining. If you have any last questions or comments, let me know. If you have anything to say.
Not
And
really. I'm just really
okay,
grateful that you do these live streams and everything. I think it's very entertaining, of course, and also sometimes also very insightful for myself. So thank you for doing these live streams, and thank you for having me on here for a short while.
absolutely. Thank you, Krish, and we look forward to having you back soon.
Thank you.
Take care.
You take care too.
Nice guy, wise man. Glad to have him here. So now I'll take a chance to give back to my community, answer any of your questions. If you want to speak with me also, you can do that on Discord. I'll share with you the Discord link. If you have anything to say or anything to add or questions to ask, I'm happy to answer anything and everything. Can I jump and share my feelings? No, because me adding you to the YouTube live stream, I have to know you to some extent. So I wouldn't just invite you like that casually. But you can join the Discord and talk to me with your voice. That is no problem at all. So I'll paste the Discord link right now, and you can join. Yeah, he's very nice man. Thank you, Krish. There's his YouTube channel. You can go subscribe to him. I'm sure in the future he'll be making videos. Shiva, why do I long for drugs? I'm addicted. I don't abuse them, but I don't want to live without them. Thoughts? That's a very deep question. Why do you long for drugs? Because you crave the sensation that it gives you when you're wanting them. You wanting drugs is actually the sensation that you like, and the actual satisfaction of the drugs is secondary. So you wanting it, oh, this amazing feeling, that's what's positive. And then the act of going towards it and the consequences, then finally doing it, that is like, you might as well, that's secondary. And you don't want to live without them. I mean, drugs is a way of escaping. That's the fundamental of what drugs are, and any kind of abuse of drugs are. I mean, it's very easy to abuse drugs, and I don't buy that you say you don't abuse them. Everybody abuses drugs. If you take drugs, you're abusing it, unless very special circumstances, like you're taking some kind of medicine. So you want to escape. You want to go somewhere outside of what's happening now. Take responsibility for your life. Know that you're the only person that can change it, and start changing it towards making your life better without drugs. It took me a long time for me to understand that I can do this. I did these things in the past as well. But once I took responsibility for my life, there's no reason to escape, because you actually can't escape. You're only taking a short little break that's inevitably going to lead you back to reality and make it worse. So better that you ground yourself in reality. Yes, it's hard. Yes, it's uncomfortable. Yes, there's many challenges and obstacles, but there's nothing better. So root yourself in sobriety. I feel like if you go vegan, your empathy increases, and then you can start to care about yourself. Absolutely. Veganism is something that I preach and advocate. A vegan diet means a plant-based diet. That's the veganism. Vegan doesn't mean diet, by the way. Vegan means the clothes that you wear, how you treat animals, what you eat, etc. There's many things. So a vegan wouldn't buy fur, for example. But a plant-based diet, is the ideal diet for most people. It's the healthiest diet, one that you're actually going to progress spiritually on very, very fast as well. So I recommend all of us stop abusing animals, stop paying for animals to be killed for our senseless taste pleasures. That's all that it is. So that's what I encourage. So I'm here in the Discord voice chat. If you want to come and speak with me, you can do that. I'm here to answer your questions. Yeah. So I'm in the Discord. I'm vegan as well. Nice. Okay, join. I'm in the voice call. Let's see what you have to say.
Check.
Yes. Hello.
Hey, Shiva, what's up, brother? How you doing, my friend?
Doing good. How are you? How are you, Tony?
Good, good, man. I've been watching you for a while, and like I said, I know you want to get to know people. You just don't want to bring people on camera and stuff, you know. But I think sometimes I forget. You know, I'm a YouTuber as well, so you can just watch a video of me and see that I'm a real person. I'm not just some entity troll. You know that Rob likes to say half of the people are. You trolls that have no validity or anything. You're just a screen name with nothing behind it. You know, but you know, I've been watching you for at least a couple months. You know, almost daily or every other day. Um, Especially when you went to Vietnam, because my dad fought in Vietnam
So
in
let me
1969.
send you an invite to the to the call, and we can talk on
Yeah.
video.
And then visit site, go live together. Oh, it's currently only available on mobile devices.
Yes, only on your cell phone.
Oh, okay. Because I'm on my computer.
Mm.
I didn't know it was on the cell phone. Uh, okay, can you hear me decently?
Yeah, I can hear you great.
Yeah. Okay, good. Because I'm on my microphone. So I guess we'll just stay like this for now. I guess because you know
Sure.
Discord does have a like a video thing on the Discord too. I'm not really familiar with any of the Discord stuff. I
No,
know.
yeah, that's okay.
On,
So no
on
problem.
there
So
as well.
tell us
Yeah.
about these.
So anyway,
Go ahead. Yeah.
yeah. So I've been watching you for a couple months, and especially when you went to Vietnam, I watched all those lives, and you know I thought it was cool because my dad fought in the Marine Corps in Vietnam in 1969. So, you know, I have like all his pictures from Vietnam. So I was like looking to see where you guys were. You guys were in Da Nang, I believe, which is where he was. He was went to Phu Bai,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it's up more, and it was one of the most dangerous spots in Vietnam to be. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. And you know, I seen the kind of games you guys, you know, were playing, or you know, they stole your phone. Uh, you know, you guys would argue, and you know that whole thing, which was entertaining. I will say it is entertaining. Rob, as much of a jerk as he is fucking entertaining. I will say that. I don't know where he's from, but he sounds like he's from like somewhere near my area. I'm from Massachusetts, Boston. Sounds like he's from New England, like Connecticut or New Jersey. Because when he starts swearing and goes, "This fucking piece of shit, motherfucker," he got that New York kind of uh, language in him.
Mm-hmm.
He must be from my side of the pond.
Yes.
Pretty sure.
So what do you think about him? What is going on with him?
Well, for one, he's a piece of shit. It's all his insecurities and notes, and you know, shits on you for him, and then says, "Oh, we're doing it. It's for the money. It's for the shtick. It's for the, you know, blah blah blah." But really, he's hiding his insecurities and just shitting on you. You know, he basically, you know, he'll say we're doing, you know, Shiva behind the scenes. Hey, dude, I'm doing this for you, bro. Like, I'm doing this for you, man. So just accept being treated like a piece of shit. Let me shit all over you because it gets you money, right, Shiva? I mean, right? You're making money, right? So let me just make jerking on Sunday because you're making, right? There's other ways to go about doing that. You don't have to be such a fucking dick about it. Okay?
Mm.
And you don't have to make the guy be like, "Oh, you know, let's all feel bad for Shiva, so let's donate." Like that's that grift, as you say, is going to get old. Okay, you don't have to do it that way. And really, you're doing that for your own fucking insecurities, Rob. Because at the end of the day, you're jealous and mad because Shiva has a family that fucking loves him. Okay, and you don't. Okay, Shiva has good morals and he's a good person. Like he's seems like a good person inside and out. And you're not that. You'll never have that innocence. You're just not that. And you're mad about that. You're mad that you're a fat, overweight, dude who doesn't take care of himself and wants to shit on Shiva about, oh, you shouldn't be vegan, you shouldn't do this and that. That's his own choice, first of all. I'm vegan as well. I've been for it's a couple of years now. And it might not be the biggest change in the world for one person to be vegan, but if it's one person, if it's something I can do to help, then that's what I do. And when you say, what about the animals that are voiceless? They don't want to die. These animals aren't asking to die. So, that shit sticks with you. And then when you tell someone, oh, do you drink milk? Oh, milk has like 75% pus in it, right? It's called titty milk for a reason. Because it's supposed to be drank by cows, and cows only, not for humans. You drink milk when you're a baby, out of your mom's teat, and that's it. Okay? You don't drink milk when you're older. That was a whole thing, a whole scam put in by the elementary, the school system in the 1930s and 40s because they had overpopulation of condensed milk from World War I. So they said, let's put it in all the schools, and milk, you need milk for strong bones, and it's to grow. Let's make it part of the staple part of a breakfast. That's all it is. It's propaganda,
Yeah.
But with Rob, it's just, I watch him, and I watch you guys interact daily. And I know, a lot of things that you said have actually stuck with me, Shiva. I'm probably about the same age as you, mid-30s. I think you're maybe a couple years younger than me. But the bird flying in the air falls down, falls on the track. Cow walks by, shits on the bird.
Yeah.
That whole story. That's a great story, bro. That is a game changer story. And what's the lesson you learn? Well, when you get shit on.
Rob, bro, like people love him too. You have no business about saying that people don't love him and shit like that. So
For the hostility.
Oh, you're being a piece of shit now. You're being a piece of shit right now, and you're like literally like saying that Dr. Rob has no one that loves him and this. Who the fuck, dude? You has mental issues and you have no compassion. But you're spitting that bullshit. Like shut your mouth, man.
It's a great speech, but where's your actual substance in what you just said? You said absolutely nothing.
Yeah, and what have you said, brother? What have you said? You said nothing.
I'm saying
you should say blah blah blah. Shut the fuck.
I'm saying the truth, my guy. This is the truth. Okay? Every day.
No. That's your truth. That's your truth, bro. It's not. It's not
a general consensus. I think that's the general consensus.
No, according to you, it is.
I'm open to being wrong if you can actually prove.
You already are wrong, bro. That's the thing. That's the funny thing.
Sure.
Okay, Sky Guardian. So, well, what we'll do is I'll send you an invite to the YouTube channel. You can join, and you can say your piece about Dr. Rob. It sounds like you have a positive.
Man. My guru told me not to come on to these cringe lives.
Yeah, you can't even speak right, bro. You must have some sort of mental, in that. What is your IQ? 24?
Higher than yours, brother. Way higher. It is, bro.
Wow.
Nah, it's true though.
So what's your point?
Bro, you just sound like
Oh,
that.
that's so
Okay, you know what you sound like right now, dude? You sound like that dude from Karate Kid, right? Who's that dude from Karate Kid that couldn't get laid? Fuck. That's exactly who you sound like.
Bro, trust me, I don't know, but you don't sound like you ever got laid. You sound like you're still wearing your fucking, you know, your mommy's still doing your laundry for you, bro.
Okay.
Grow the fuck up, all right?
I had to kick
So
in.
you're defending Rob, a guy that's shitting all over Shiva Monday through Friday, and that's great, right? Because he's doing it for the money, right?
So
Doing it for the money.
he's not here anymore. He left, or I removed him. But yeah, he needs to self-reflect and not be so angry.
Yeah.
And it's
So
yeah.
just in general, you know, I've watched YouTube for a while, and you know, it just seems like he's super insecure and just shits on you and just says, well, don't worry, Shiva, that's for the money. That's why we're doing it. But deep down inside, there's no way you can do that Monday through Sunday or whatever for a grift. Okay? There's just no way. And, you know, I don't know your relationship off camera, you know, but a few times he said, you know, oh, let's break down the fourth wall, and, you know, let's tell him about the Shiva. Let's just say, I mean, I'm tired. We can talk about this kind of stuff. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You remember when he says all this stuff.
Yeah.
You know? And you're just sitting there and you're like,
well,
okay.
to kind of talk about the macro side of this whole thing, yeah, I what you're saying is absolutely true. And do I agree with it? Not really. Do I disagree with it? Yeah, to some extent. But there's nothing.
Well,
yeah.
Shiva, the guy says he's a monk.
Well, he's not a monk
I
anymore.
thought monks were about humility.
He was a monk.
Or, you know, he was a monk.
Yeah.
What? All I see from him is self-promotion. Oh, I did this, I was this, and I did this. You know?
Yeah.
Is this about spirituality, or is it about branding?
Well, I see this more of a unfolding process and a growing process. So whatever his character flaws are, I have some similar things, and we're evolving. So it may be severe, like you're saying it is, and yeah, some things are severe. But there's no point of,
you know,
yeah, we
Shiva,
kind of have
he
to roll
says,
it out.
I met all these famous people. I mean something because I met all these famous people. Listen, Rob, meeting people. Listen, I'm a famous musician. Okay, so you could say that. So I've rubbed elbows with a lot of famous people too. Okay, so meeting people isn't credibility. All right, what did they respect you for? You're listing experiences, bro, not accomplishments. You haven't told us anything that what you actually done. You know, Rob, just because you spent 8 years saying you were a monk, all right, you took an 8-year vacation, bro. Okay, traveling on vacation isn't being a monk. What did you actually do while you were there? What was your fucking purpose, bro? A monk is about what? Discipline, practice. What was your actual fucking practice daily, Rob? Huh?
Maybe we can set up a talk time where you and Dr. Rob can talk on a Discord call, and you can have this conversation with him.
As I said this before, you know, I don't want to shit all over the guy, but at the end of the day, this guy comes up here, acts like a pompous fuck, thinks he's smarter than everybody, and I'm not saying I'm the smartest motherfucker, right? But at the end of the day, you know, this guy thinks he can be brash and loud and, you know, thinks he's going to swear off the tip and that's going to make people, you know, inferior, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd like to do that. If Discord could have video, I'd like to do that so at least the people could see, you know, because I think when you're on camera running your mouth, it's a lot different from hiding behind the screen. And I don't like hiding behind the screen. That's why I'm a streamer, you know? At the end of the day, the same with you, Shiva. To do this every day, you got to have some balls, you know? A lot of people can't really get up there in front of 1,000 people in their stream without, you know, looking like an idiot. And you do it daily. So we got to give some props and flowers to you, bro. You know, and the way you just stay calm and composed and cool it really is something, bro. I have to say, like, you have excellent discipline. Excellent. Something that he doesn't have, clearly. He gets very irritated quickly, you know? And you could see it in him. That's why he rage quit today.
Yeah.
That's why he rage quit, right? When you brought the vegan stuff up, he couldn't take it.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about child abuse. Why would we talk about child abuse? The fuck? What does that have to do with us?
That's true.
We can make a change with talking about what we're doing with not eating meat, not supporting that cause, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know when you eat meat, do you know what pumps through? Do you know when an animal is in a fight or flight? Do you know when your life is on the line and you think you're actually going to die? Do you know the endorphins that pump through your body? Do you know these things that they almost sour the meat, like the shit that pumps through their body when they're in the fight or flight, when they're about to die and they think they're dying, it pumps through their body and ruins the meat. You know, these are facts.
Yeah,
these are facts. So you're eating all that shit, bro, and not only that, you're eating the dead flesh of rotten animals. You're eating the dead flesh of rotten animals. It's already dead and rotten when it's in the store. It's already been dead for like a week. And they pump all these hormones in these meats to keep them red so they don't turn black. Because when you see black, you think it's rotten. And it's dead meat. The rotting flesh of dead animals. That's what you guys want to eat? That's delicious? You know, listen, if you live in Alaska and the only thing you can do is hunt and eat like that, you got to hunt for your food, I'm not going to hold it against you. Like, if you need to eat meat and that's the only thing that you have and you need to hunt and like, that's where you live, like, okay, or you're like in a tribe or something and that's what they do, like, okay. But if you have the ability to go out in the store and not eat meat and eat fruit and do this and do that, and you don't, then shame on you.
You said
You know what I'm saying, Shiva?
You said it, not me. Glad you said it.
Shame on you. I will say it for you. But yeah, like, Rob sits there and acts like a pompous fuck just because he went on vacation for 8 years and traveled. Went on a travel and vacation saying, oh, I'm a monk. Like, you come here, you come to YouTube. What the fuck are you teaching anybody, Rob? What are you actually showing people? That you can get you can seethe in rage and get rage baited and quit? That's what you're showing people? That's substance right there, bro.
Mm.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm not going to say he's not entertaining. He's entertaining. You know? There is a part of him that's entertaining, and some of the things he says are you know, they are fact. And some of the takes he has are very entertaining. I will say that. But, like, to be entertaining, you don't have to put down a dude all the time, bro. You don't have to put the kid down all the time, Rob. Just because you're fucking insecure, you little bitch. That's what you are. And I'd smack the snot out of you if you ever was standing in front of me. That's what you need, a good smack.
All right. Well,
right across your fucking face.
We'll save this energy for next time. We'll get on a call with you and Rob. And
well, a smack that Shiva. The smack is him, okay? But wake up.
Yes.
You know? Because that's what he needs. He needs to wake up. But all in all, bro, that's just kind of who I am. I'm kind of a fiery person. And, you know, when I watch you, bro, I learn to relax. I learn, like, you are, bro, listen to this, Shiva. You are teaching people more than Rob ever could.
Thank you.
Hear me out. You're teaching people just by showing, not by what you're saying, just by how you're going about things. You're showing people, like, dude, look at how look at all this shit that's coming my way. Look at him. He throws this shit at me and daily, and it just runs right off me. You know, that's a skill, brother. That's a skill. So keep at it. Keep doing your thing. I'd love to jump on again and have a formal discussion with Rob, you know. There'll be no obscenities and violence and things of that nature, unless he wants to go there, because he does seem like he has this rage in him that comes out at times, you know.
Yeah.
And then he'll come back and say, "Well, I'm doing it for the entertainment, man." I think he's getting lost in that. I can tell that you're the same person off screen and on screen. You're just you. You know? Him, I'm not sure. You know? I'm not really sure. You know, he says things are for, you know, we're doing this for a grift, it's for a show, and this and that. But Rob, really is it? Shitting on this dude every day? Well, he made $3,000 last month from it. I don't know, man. I think there's other ways to go about it. You're on to something, though. There's something there between you guys. It is highly entertaining. The difference, the everything, you know? So keep at it. Hey, what do I know? I'm just one fucking viewer, you know? My opinion doesn't mean shit. But, you know, as a streamer, someone that's on YouTube just like him, you know, I rubbed elbows with Aiden Ross for 30 minutes, and I was on Kai Cien's stream for 20 minutes talking to him, and I did this, and I did that. What does all that mean, bro? You know, and I played with famous bands and had, you know, a stage full of women, shirtless. You know, what does all that mean? Now it means nothing. Now it's just a memory. But what are you showing people now? What are they learning from you now? Steve is teaching without teaching. That's a skill. Something you can't do, Rob. Something that you yearn to do. You strive to be like Shiva. Can't do it. And that pisses him off.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Hey, man, I appreciate you having me on, man. Keep doing your thing. And I think the one thing is that, like, you know, he likes to throw these digs at you, too. Like, Shiva can just live with his mom and do this and do that. Like, that. What? So, he's a 30-year-old man living with his mom. So what? So what? He has that opportunity. I wish I had my mom still. Because if I had my mom, I would probably be like, "Mom, can I live with you?" Fuck, what the hell? That's his journey. That's his story. His story doesn't have to be the same as yours, Rob. Can't you understand that? You can find a common ground, right?
Yeah.
You know, so he throws all these things at you like they're negative. Because he sees them as negative, but they're not. They're not. You know?
Absolutely.
He's upset. He's upset that he doesn't have a family that loves him. And that sucks. You know? That sucks. You don't have the things that you have. You don't have the looks. No offense. But he doesn't have the looks. That's something that he's upset about. You know, you know, if you saw what I look like, if you go on my YouTube, we kind of look alike. We have both have long hair, both have beards. We kind of look the same. We're probably around the same height, same weight. So, you know, we're both pretty much good-looking guys at the end of the day. And, you know, someone like Rob that has to wear wigs because he doesn't have long hair, you know, because he can't grow long hair, is upset about that. That's why he makes fun of Shiva's straggly long hair, beautiful, shampooed, and oh my God, I just want to go next to him, take a whiff of his hair. I love it so much. That's what you want. That's what he wants to say. But what comes out is Shiva with his strangly hippie hair, hippie dippy hair. Ew. And inside he's like, God, if I had that hair, man, how many women I would pull. You know?
Yeah.
And I'm not reading the chat because I haven't even kept up what the chat's saying. I'm sure they're talking shit or going crazy or one or the other.
Well, somebody wants to know your band name.
Well, we're gonna have to wait till next episode for that, till we reveal more who Stony Tony is.
Sure,
Go
let's
from
do that.
there.
Let's do that. Absolutely. Thank you for calling. Thank you for your.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I think if I got on camera, we'd have some more people up there, you know, because they like to see. You know, and they like the visuals. So we'll give them what they want, what the people want, and what the people deserve. You know, you're building a great community here, you know, day by day. So just keep doing you, man. You know, don't second guess yourself for anything. You know, he wants to talk about the phone. There's so many things I can go about. You know, that he's, and it doesn't matter about the viewers. You know, yeah, there's 55 in here. That doesn't matter. There'll be 155 in 10 minutes, and maybe there'll be 40 in 20 minutes. Numbers are just all relative. That's all it is.
Absolutely.
As probably he's one of the trolls in here talking about the numbers, right? It's all relative.
Okay.
You know?
I want to.
Pollard's a good-looking guy.
Yeah, absolutely, Seraph. Thank you for that. So that's good.
Listen, I appreciate.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I appreciate you sticking up for me and saying all these things. It's very, very valuable and relevant. And I look forward to having you back on. I think we need to get a call with you and Dr. Rob.
100%. One of my buddies are from Canada. I know Canada's big. I think he's from Alberta, like Fort McMurray area. I don't know how close that is to you, because I know Canada's massive. I mean, it goes from one side to the other. It's as big as the United States, you know, and it's all like split up into weird something, continents or some whatever,
Provinces.
however you guys split it up.
Yeah, province.
Yeah, province. Very strange. Very strange up there in Canada, bye. You know, bye? But hey, man, yeah, I appreciate you, dude. Keep doing you, man. Don't let anybody, you know, get you off your horse there, you know. And I'll be back on to roast Rob and rip him a new ass, because I think it's time.
Absolutely.
You know,
thank you very much.
Like I said, I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I'm not saying he's the worst guy and this and that. You know, I think he's done a lot of good things. All right, I think he has done a lot of good things and has had a lot of good experiences. Right, but the daily, from what we see and what he tells us, he's done. I don't see that guy. I don't see the guy he's telling us he was. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
like trying to end the call with your grandmother.
Thank you for calling. I appreciate your.
Take it easy, man.
Yeah, and thank you.
Keeping the donuts coming. All right.
Take care.
Take it easy, bro.
Bye.
All right.
Okay. Next is Mad Guy. Mad Guy, if you are on Discord, I'd love to have a call with you. This is the gentleman that is flying out to India. We're going to have some adventures together, hopefully. And if you want to call on Discord, private call, and be a part of the live stream, answer some questions, we'd love to have you on. Let me know. So lots of things are coming, my friends, and this caller, Tony, is a reflection of that. This is very potent stuff. The energy between me and Dr. Rob is pulling a lot of people, creating a lot of energy. 5 minutes, okay, sounds good, my guy. It's pulling a lot of energy, and people have a lot to say about it, and some people on Dr. Rob's side, I don't know why they would be, some people on my side, lots of interesting things that were said by Tony, our caller. Things for me to reflect, and I always felt this and knew this, that I'm sharing my wisdom and knowledge not through what I say, like Dr. Rob is constantly trying to do, but how I am, how I'm being. And there's more to learn about how I'm being in the live streams than virtually anything else. How I respond, how the lack of my response, it's all potential for wisdom. Not to say that I'm some sort of wise guy. I like to think I am, but anyways, that's not the point. The point is, yeah, absolutely, Seraph, and I want to be a live streamer. I want to make these more entertaining, more engaging, and that comes with people. So I can only do so much. Yes, Sizzle, ask me whatever you like. So I definitely see me live streaming more with people and having interesting conversations and doing interesting things. And fundamentally, the clash between me and Dr. Rob is like two, I don't know, nuclear fission rods coming together and releasing energy. So I'm of a certain potency, he's of a certain potency. And when this comes together, lots of energy is released. And as the energy gets released, people benefit from that. So you're not here, there's half of the people here that were with Dr. Rob because the energy is not the same, naturally. And most importantly, people are here for the energy. They can feed off of this. Literally, they can feed off of this. And so that's my priority. I want to make live streams that are very high potency, very high energy for people to become uplifted or have some sense of spirituality touch them. And that's the most important thing to me. So the Tony show, that is the Strony Tony show. That is the person that I just spoke with. If you want to check out his YouTube channel, you can definitely do that. And no problem, Tony. Thank you for joining. Two opposing forces colliding. Exactly. Hopsy, that's exactly what it is. You're not stuck to Shiva. Thank you, Val. Appreciate that. A true master will always consider him herself a student. Yes, absolutely. The problem, it's modern Shakespeare, a villain versus the people's hero story. Yeah, that's a nice way of saying it and looking at it. And I hope that we all know who fits into those categories. But I don't consider myself a spiritual teacher. I had some ideas of me being enlightened and being super spiritual at some point. But I realize the truth is, and do I know what the truth is? Absolutely not. I don't. At least some relative truth is that I'm a student, I'm a seeker. That gives me infinite possibilities of being a seeker, of being someone that's looking. When I think that I'm a teacher, well, then I already know what the answer is and I'm going to teach you. That's very limiting. So I can't be that and I don't do that. So I'm here seeking and learning. Is Sadhguru your dad? No, not physically, but maybe metaphorically or spiritually. Yes, he is. Not every stream has to be a home run. Yeah, and I'm taking requests or considerations what I can do to make these live streams better. I don't want to do what Dr. Rob does, just sit and meditate and watch videos. That's cool to some extent, but it's kind of boring. I don't want to sit around for that. Sarah, thank you very much for your yellow donation, super chat. This stream will be a also it makes me feel very, very happy and these live streams with Dr. Rob. Not everybody is it freezing? Yeah, everybody has the potential to have the kind of personality to do this. But I think me and Dr. Rob have the perfect kind of opposition to us. He's more of a outgoing crazy man. I'm more kind of introspective and laid back, at least as it relates to our relationship together. And also, I see this changing into becoming more in real life. That's definitely where it's at. In real life live streams, actually relational dynamics, live streaming 24 hours of the day, that's where the direction of this is going. So that guy that you saw, Manu, the live stream that we did, and I want to invite him to my live stream very, very soon. I'm going to send him an invite. Dr. Rob's friend. So me, him, and Dr. Rob living in a place together, live streaming. The actual physical dynamic, how that whole thing plays out, is going to be so fun. Is going to be so funny, and also comedy. I take very very lightly or strongly or whatever. I value comedy a lot, and I like this to be fun. It's crazy how Rob can make you money even when he is not here. Great dynamic. You guys really. Well, he's not making me money. People who choose to give me money, and I'm very, very grateful for them. I don't make money here. I appreciate the generosity. So if I could make money, oh, I'd be making money. But nobody really makes money except the Federal Reserve. You earn money through valuable goods or services, and I earn money here through people's generosity and donations. Super chats. That's also a service. But yeah, look forward to talking to Mac guy. Maybe he's finished eating, so we're gonna see the spiritual big brother. Yeah, actually, it's funny because life is like this. Life, you may be very interested in doing one thing at a certain time, and my friends, fundamentally, this has to be about spirituality. The fundamental underlying flooring of this house is spirituality. So no matter what you touch, no matter where you go, this has to have a spiritual backing because that's what makes life better. This is not some parasocial relationship where we are sycophantic ignoramuses. This is about no matter where you take a step to, there is spiritual benefit in this. So yes, there may be drama, there may be comedy, there may be sadness, there may be laughter, but underneath it all is the spiritual journey and awakening. And that is the next step of this whole evolution. That is the next step of these live streams or TV and entertainment in general. As people are becoming more spiritual, this is something that has to take place. So we got Tanner here. Tanner, well, let me know if you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, so Tanner is the person that is planning to make a trip to India. We'll see each other in India. So tell us where you're from. Tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you want to share?
Yeah. What? I mean, do you want me to get me like on stream real quick? I can set up my camera. If you want to do that?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, just to give you guys some backstory, I found these two whenever I was just searching around. Had some hard times I was going through, and I was just searching for stuff to kind of like help with it, and came across these two, and I mean, the rest is history. I just started commenting on their stuff, and one day I saw Rob shopping for a fan, and I mean, the fan, I think he did actually want a fan, but we talked about getting like a Dyson fan because it would filter the air and be a fan. But for some reason, I don't know how it like transferred over to just getting an air purifier. But anyway, I spent half the amount of money I probably should have. So we had to figure out an alternative fan to go for. It was quite the story, but it got me involved with these two quite a lot, and got me following their story. And now I've picked up a lot of stuff from these two, just doing research and watching their old videos and just kind of figuring out more about them as people.
There's a little bit of a lag between your audio. Maybe you can switch devices. I'm not sure what's causing that.
Oh yeah, sure. What? How much lag is it? Is it pretty bad?
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah. Gotcha. Hold on.
Val, I don't recommend it. At least Not live in India. Travel to India.
Yo, what's up, guys? What are we talking about?
Yeah, I'm talking with Tanner about his plan to come to India.
Nice. Are you in India right now?
Not yet, but I will be.
I'm gonna try. Is it still lagging for you right now?
It's better.
It's better. Okay. It might just be RCS Discord stuff. If you want, I can try to WhatsApp call you too if that's better. It's whatever.
No, it's good.
Okay, cool. So yeah, how much did you actually catch?
Yeah, I caught everything. It was just a little bit. So, I guess the next question I have is why did you decide to come to India? What inspires you to make the trip over there?
Well, I mean, just from watching you two live and each of you separately, I've found that your whole sense of being and whole sense of self, just you two as individuals and then both together, it's what I kind of drive or I aspire to kind of live my life by. You know, you guys have core tenets, precepts that you live your life by, and you try to practice good in everything that you do, even whenever you're having to, beg for money, as Rob says. I mean, he says he doesn't beg for money, but then he titles his videos as begging for money. He says it's good to beg for money. Then he says it's bad to beg for money. You never know what side of the coin Rob's going to land on. But I think you guys you live your lives in a certain way that I really resonate with, because you two basically make life feel as if there's something bigger out there in the world. And a lot of times, us as living in a capitalistic society, we kind of get caught up in the day-to-day of just in and out, working, and just literally routine, doing the same thing day in and day out. And it becomes sort of like soul-numbing in a way. And through watching you guys and kind of living through you guys for a little bit, I started to gain back that flame that I once had whenever I was a kid, whenever I was traveling and backpacking. So that kind of drove me to want to explore the possibility of going on a trip more. And you said you were going to India. I asked if it would be cool to link up with you, and kind of went from there, man.
Nice, very nice. So, okay, you're going to go through some amazing transformations in India. I can already tell and foresee that. God willing, everything goes well and you make it there, and we'll spend some time there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, as a one travel or another, whenever you want to get somewhere, you'll figure out how to do it, So I'm going to be there with you, brother. But I want to know, and I mean, can we let's have a real talk here, man.
Yeah.
Are you able to join, or not join, but be a part of the meditations in the yoga center?
I don't know yet. I'm yet to know if I can actually walk into the facility or not yet. But that's not really my primary intention of going there. You're,
Okay.
of course, welcome to do that. You can go there anytime and meditate. But there are other temples, surrounding temples in the Yesha Yoga Center that are open to the public, and you don't have to be banned or unbanned to be there. So I'll be spending a lot of time there, live streaming. That's an iconic view there of the statue of Shiva. But not only that, the most significant thing of the whole place, the general location we're staying in, is the Valangri Mountain, which I don't know if you know much about it, which is Shiva, the first yogi, something like, I don't know, 10, 20, 30,000 years ago, something, stayed there. He climbed this mountain and energized the mountain. So it's hard to understand what energizing a mountain is or what it feels like until you actually see it for the first time. It is a phenomenon. It is just something to behold and to experience and to feel. So that place can hold a spiritual revolution for planet Earth. People that go there and trek up the Langri Mountain will have their lives change in ways they have not imagined possible ever, which is something that we will do, we plan to do, again, God willing. So this is not, I don't like climbing mountains. I don't climb mountains. There's no reason for me to climb mountains It's like, okay, I'm on a top mountain, I can take a flight and it's way better view. But this mountain is not that way at all. This is an energy experience that you'll draw into your body, and it's like, I don't know, 20 or 30 meditation sessions combined into just a few steps that you take. Yeah, so it's hard to explain. It's something that we're going to see in person, and we'll make a vlog about it for the people that are here. We'll document it for sure.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, that's something that would I'm interested to know how. Do you have like an option for Starlink, or should I look into getting Starlink for us so we can stream in those like remote locations?
I don't think. I'm not sure how you have to have a physical terminal for Starlink. I'm assuming, right?
The way I've seen it is like people can like strap the antennas to a backpack, and as long as it has like clear access to the sky, it should work. That's what I've seen before.
Wow, that would be. I'm not sure if that's going overkill, but that would be an interesting idea. Yeah.
Well, I mean, how are we going to live stream? Do we have service?
There will be servers on the base, but going up is not. You won't be able to live stream, but nonetheless, I'll record it. So just because we can't live stream, it doesn't mean that we can't post it on YouTube. I've trekked up there once, a few times, and I've recorded the whole process. So that's what I plan to do: record a kind of a documentary.
Awesome. And while we're there, will the live streams work out in a way where I can be sort of like your cameraman, sort of thing?
Absolutely,
That'd be cool.
Absolutely. More than that, you'll be part of the live stream. You'll be a guest or a co-host. So yeah, I encourage you to get some experience and exposure for in the future. Hopefully, you start your own YouTube channel.
We'll see about that. I'm just a cameraman. That's what I've always loved. But so, what were the plans? You said you had some plans to like make stickers, or your fans could make stickers to post in the chat, or is there something in the works with that?
Oh yeah, it's yeah, it is. So if you go in my live stream right now, you click on emojis, and if you're a member of the channel, which I think you are, I know you are, you can send custom emojis. So some of them are of me, of Sadhguru, supporters of mine, Dr. Rob, and I plan to make it more engaging.
So we don't have the option to like make our own. This is just like custom ones you set.
Yeah, the custom ones that I set. But if you have any suggestions, I'm happy to hear them.
Yeah. Yeah, no, cool. That's cool, man. All right. Well, good. All right. So what's your game plan for whenever you get there? I think you told me you're flying on the 30th, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
and then are you planning on doing something like, will the 5th work out for me getting there?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I booked an Airbnb there. I think I sent you the link. I don't know if you want to stay there or not, but it's close to a hotel nearby which serves food, the best food in the whole area, which is a big part of the reason why I'm staying there, as well as very close to Isha Yoga Center. So, in a quiet space, first floor. Yeah. So I'll go there. My game plan is to go there first day, and I don't make any plans really. I have some general ideas what my intention is, like trekking the mountain, going to live stream, visiting different places. But I just go with the flow, and whatever calls to me, that's what I do.
Gotcha. That's the way to do it, for sure. Is this mountain that you're talking about, is it within like Nepal, or is this like a sort of like this sort of like traditional Nepalese sort of thing, or is this something just completely like Buddhism sort of? Is there a difference? I don't know.
Yeah, so first I want to answer or say something that Shelley wrote. Shelley says, if you use Starlink like that, you need a battery power too. It sucks a lot of power, extra weight. I got one for Dr. Rob in Australia. Oh, interesting. So it's maybe not so practical. It's just a 5-hour trek. So what you're asking is the mountain there in the Isha Yoga Center next to it. What tradition is it about? What religion does it follow, etc.? Is that am I reading that correctly?
Yeah.
So the story goes that, well, okay, so just to give you a quick kind of summary, Shiva, which it wasn't his name, that's just the name that people gave him. Shiva means something that's not, or that which is not, or the emptiness. He was a man, he appeared to be as a man, he sat in the Himalayas, And the only way people saw that he was alive was because he was shedding tears of ecstasy. Uh, but he just sat still for months without moving at all. And people came and gone, and they saw that nothing was really happening to him, so they just kind of got bored and left. Only 7 people remained, sat around him because they saw he was transcended the physical experience. Finally, Shiva, after months or however long it took him for it to open his eyes, some people say years, some people say months or whatever, it was an extraordinary length of time. He opened his eyes, he saw there's these 7 beings that are waiting to receive what he has. So he shared the knowledge of yoga and spirituality with them and told them to go across the world and share it with people. So those 7 men is basically what is responsible for all the major world religions as far as I see. And the source of yoga and all spirituality comes from this one being, Shiva. Shiva is also known to be not a human being. He's an extraterrestrial that didn't have a birth or a death. He just came here, taught some things, and left. So, in the meantime, while he was on Earth, he consecrated a mountain in the Himalayas called Mount Kailash, which is the profile picture of my YouTube channel. It's an extraordinary place. It's a mystical library. It's energy beyond anything you can imagine. It's not worth talking about it because unless you experience it, words just kind of just sound crazy, or it doesn't go that far. So the Valangri Mountain, which is right next to the Isha Yoga Center, which is the center of India or South India, is something similar to Kailash. It's called Kailash of the South. Wherever Shiva spends some time, people call it Kailash. So a woman in South India kind of threw her heart energetically to Shiva, which was in the Himalayas, saying, "If you don't come here at this time, I'm gonna leave my body consciously through yoga. If you don't marry me." So Shiva decided to walk down and marry her. And the gods didn't want that to happen because there would be different conflicts with Shiva being there, and so there was kind of little drama happening. So they staged it to appear that the day had already passed and Shiva failed. So to make Shiva believe that he failed his mission, to make him turn around. So that's exactly what he did. He turned around. He was so angry and despondent and uncomfortable within himself. He needed some time to work that out within himself. And so he picked this mountain, he climbed up, and he stayed there for 3.5 months. And through him staying there, he consecrated the space. He energized the space, a mountain. So when we say a mountain being energized, you sometimes can go to a temple, or I'm sure you have this experience of going to a church. And a church has a kind of an angelic feeling, or maybe a divine feeling sometimes, if a church is doing it right. You kind of feel, okay, this place is calm and quiet, and there's some spirituality here, and you can kind of tune into yourself. It has a lot of prana, a lot of light energy. So that is what temples are. Some temples are much more intense than others. The more energy you put into a place, the more energy it has. So this being, the capability and the intensity he has, he did this to a mountain, which is just impossible. It is just an impossibility. I don't know how. That's just the best way I can say it. It's impossible. So this impossible place is there, Mount Valangri, and this is the reason why Sadhguru built his yoga center in this place, and why this fantastic temples that he built is there, the Dhyanalinga. And this impossible place is just impossible, and you can't understand it, and it's just too good to be true. You walk up, your body changes so rapidly, the energy flows through your body. It's like, it would be the example of, sometimes you're hungry, you go to a restaurant and you eat, but there is only a certain limited amount of food there. And, if a lot of people come, they can eat it all. This is like the equivalent of just swimming in food. There's too much food. There is food beyond your horizon. You don't know how this happened, how it's possible. But no matter how you eat, how much you can eat through your mouth, the food goes in through your pores. It's an overabundance of food. And when food, we're talking about energy. So it's something to behold and something to experience, that's really all I can say. And we're gonna get to go up this place, so it'll be amazing. Hello.
It's gonna be awesome, man. Is there anything that we need to have equipment wise?
Equipment wise, no. I'll prepare everything. I've already gone there a few times, so we'll prepare the right kind of food. But equipment wise, no. If you have a walking stick, a good one, that you can bring that. If you already have one, I don't recommend buying one. But there will be ones there, bamboo ones. But bring all your technology, your phone, your camera to record things, and
Yeah,
well,
for sure. Oh yeah, man. I'm gonna bring a drone. We're gonna get some cool shots.
Nice.
Yeah, man. Cool. All right. I'll
Okay.
give you some space to get your next guest on, but yeah, I'll send you a DM and we'll start making some legit plans, do some cool stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for calling. Thank you for joining, and I look forward to seeing you, meeting you in person.
All right, brother. Peace.
Take care.
See you later, Chad.
Nice guy. Yeah, drone. I have a drone, Matt guy. If you're listening to this, so I'm not sure if you still want to bring a drone. You still can for your own experience, but I don't really use my drone. And also, in addition to that, the drones up in the mountain, it's very windy. I'm not sure if we can make that happen. But that would be a good. That's a good addition to add. Yeah, definitely. So you know what to bring. Meditate, intuitively feel and see what you need to bring, and bring that. Make sure you bring a hat. Make sure you bring some sunscreen, but a zinc-based sunscreen. Don't bring the petroleum sunscreen. That's very, very bad. And nice, comfortable shoes, light clothing. Don't bring anything polyester. The sweat will melt the plastic. It'll go into your bloodstream. Don't do that. Yeah, so good, cool stuff, cool stuff. I don't really have anything to add to this live stream. Anything? If you have any questions, my friends, send them in the chat. Send me the questions you have. I'll read them out. As far as that's concerned, and we're gonna prepare and stay tuned for the next live stream, which is gonna be a big one. Yes, absolutely. So yeah, the next live stream with Dr. Rob is gonna be a big one. I feel it coming in the air. And enough holding back, enough letting this guy dictate how he's gonna do things. I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna give him a piece of my mind, and or not. I don't know. I'll just go with the flow. When is this going to be? Well, this is happening in a few days, actually, in 2 weeks. So, Sarah, if you're in the area, come by. Coimbatore, South India. I'm gonna be there for quite some time. To cut apples. No, don't bring a knife. It's not a wise decision. I can tell you from personal experience, and yeah. Someone reached out to Isha Foundation. My friend Sky Guardian. He wrote them an email asking if they can unban me, and that's a good idea. I'm not sure how they're gonna receive that. They might see that as kind of spam, but and I don't encourage that at all because they have enough emails. So just please don't email them, and don't tell them how kind I am and how I follow spirituality and I value Sadhguru's teachings and I meditate and so on and so forth. So definitely don't mention that. And yeah, don't ask me to be unbanned from them because it's probably not going to work. So yeah, I'm hyped. Yes, absolutely. So I plan on making a lot more high quality videos that will be seen by a lot more people. I'm going to get my channel more exposure and have more people follow this and subscribe. This is a spiritual evolution, my friends, and we all have to transform the planet because, for a long time I thought that conflict is something that is far away from me, and conflict doesn't really affect me. And when I say conflict, I'm talking about conflict like wars. Is something that other people do, and it's like they're silly for doing that. They're kind of stupid for doing that, and but it has nothing really to do with me. I'm not even a part of that. It's not even. It felt like it wasn't even on the same planet that I was living in. Oh, it's just some crazy people doing some crazy stuff. But now being here in Asia and these world wars, this next world war is starting, World War III. Let's take that back. Let's not say that. Some little conflicts are starting. Hopefully, they're temporary. I'm starting to realize, wow, this has an impact on me, and I may potentially get my body hurt, which is not what I want to do, of course. And this makes me understand the severity of it. I really never understood the severity of it, and I guess thankfully now I'm starting to become more aware of what's happening. So this is severe, my friends, and nobody wants to get their lives lost. Nobody wants to have bombs be dropped in their country. Can you imagine? I can't imagine that, but, well, I can imagine that. Having a bomb be dropped in here in Vietnam, how that would feel, how terrifying that would, the terrifying feeling that would give me, because the bomb being dropped there and the bomb being dropped here on my building is not really that far away. And nobody wants to have that experience, no matter who you are. So we don't want to contribute to that at all. We don't want to cause things like that to happen. And what actions can we take? Obviously, we're not world leaders. We're not going to go into politics and change things, at least most of us. What can we do personally in our lives to make a better, more positive difference? And there is something you can do. And it's been scientifically proven that the more people meditate, the more people that gather together and create positive energy, the crime rates go down. So you have a direct impact into what's happening around you. So create positive energy, create a more conducive space in your mind and your life. Don't eat animals. It's one big thing, one small thing also you can do. Make the right choices, meditate. Okay, I'll give you some practical advice because maybe you're attached to eating meat, like Dr. Rob is. That's a hard thing to stop, and I have empathy for the animals, and I also have empathy towards you. What you can do, what I recommend you doing to create a more positive experience for yourself, is to go on the YouTube, or not the YouTube, App Store and download Sadhguru app. Sadhguru is spelled Sadhguru. And on the Sadhguru app, there are many meditations that you can follow. I do these meditations quite often, regularly, daily, even sometimes. That various things about joy, about peace, about happiness, about strengthening your spine, about meditating, about going deeper into your mind. That is the best, probably one of the best resources that we have for meditation is the Sadhguru app. So I recommend you do it. And even if one person can do that and actually go through the meditation processes that Sadhguru has to offer there, that is good enough for me. By spending this time talking about it, because that will create the positive energy that the world needs. So the more positive energy you create inside of yourself, the more people get impacted. So that's it, my friends. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning into this live stream. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like on this video. We're at 120 likes. And I look forward to the next live stream with Dr. Rob. That's going to come up very soon when we get enough rest. So big things are coming. And stay tuned for the next live stream, my friends. Where's Dr. Rob? He's been live streaming for a long time, so he's taking a break. How did Dr. Rob? Shiva, now Dr. Rob is out of the way. Can you draw 3K? Draw 3K? I can draw $3,000, no problem. But drawing and earning it is not the same thing. Don't take his poo-poo caca. I won't, and I have a strategy, okay? This is, I'm strategic about this. Will you stream with Dr. Rob in India too? If he comes to India, I will certainly stream with him, but I don't think he will. Proud of you. Thank you, Christian. Good to see you here. Thank you for being here. That's it, my friends. Thank you very much. Thank you, Krish. Thank you, Seraph. Thank you, Matt Guy. Thank you, the viewers that have joined me on this live stream. Thank you for the people that have contributed. Thank you for your donations. Thank you for your continued support. I appreciate being here. We're building something long-term and something that will have beneficial effects for everybody. Sleeping. We have been up all night practicing. Yes, Shelly, absolutely. So I hope he takes a rest, and we're planning to come back in the next few hours. I can hear the rooster. Yeah, only a few more days. So, but I'm getting better. I'm realizing that I just need to detach and relax. Yes, Shelly. Shiva, can you go? No, I can't. All right, that's it. I'm gonna go eat some vegan sushi. That's what it's all about. There's a fantastic vegan sushi restaurant, or a regular sushi restaurant that offers vegan sushi that I eat. And Raptor, what do you mean draw 3K? What does that mean? Be more specific. So, yep. And strawberries. I'll eat some strawberries. Okay, see you soon, my friends. Take care of yourselves. Goodbye.